Hello, fellow light-being humans. All right, so I had some time on my hands this evening and thought that I would show up once again and do a live ET channeling session. I feel them, they're here, so they must have something that they want to talk about. And let's see, what did I say I wanted to channel? I wanted to ask them to explain the end of the solar flash event and what is next for Earth. So I just uploaded a video, as you may or may not have seen. Hi, Tordis. You may or may not have seen. I just uploaded a video asking the question: has the solar flash event already come and gone? The reason for that is multiple reasons, but one of them is because I've been wondering that, and so I wanted to just, thanks, I gotta turn that down, there we go. All right, so in case you didn't hear me, I'm doing today we're gonna channel, I'm gonna ask if the ETs, the light beings, the deities can share with us what is happening with the solar flash event. And I myself have been feeling and wondering if the solar flash event has ended, if it's come and gone. So if that has been the case, then that means that the most widely held belief about the solar flash event, which is that it's this instantaneous event that hits the Earth and changes everything and splits the Earth, all of that stuff. If that's true, that the solar flash event has ended, then it wasn't that. I am open to anything. Anything can happen. For all I know, sometime tonight, maybe tomorrow morning, solar flash will hit and change everything. I don't know. We will or will not find out about that. Anyway, I uploaded a video. I talked about a lot of stuff. I won't get into it, but it does take people a little time to get here, so I'll talk for a couple of minutes about this. So I am interested to know what exactly has happened. I have received, I believe that I have received communications indicating that the solar flash has ended. And just as I said that, I got hit with energy. So the solar flash has ended. So the question is, where are we now? What is going to happen? All kinds of questions come up for me, which I talked about in the video I just uploaded, but I won't take the time to do that. Anyway, before we get into it, please, if you would, if you haven't already done so, subscribe and like and all those things to the Michael Denny YouTube channel. And I do have a chat goal here. I'm not going to hold it over your head, but I do have a chat goal here if you want to support this live stream. And I do appreciate people have been getting back to me about, why they've been unable to come to the live meditations and all that. I appreciate that. Bear in mind also, though, that it's more than just people showing up and watching the free videos. In order for me to continue to do this, it helps me if you actually do things like subscribe and take advantage of all the things that I make available to you here at thunderwizard.com, channel.thunderwizard.com. Those are the things that actually keep me able to keep coming back. So Be aware of that. All right, I won't sully this with that talk anymore. So, yeah. Question is, what is the solar flash event? What happened? What's going on? So that's what I'm going to start with right now. So let's go ahead and get started. So I already feel the light beings here. I'm going to chant the Hul breath one time just to connect myself. You're free to join along if you want. All right, so my friends, I feel you. Thank you for being here and sharing your knowledge with all of us. We are grateful to you. We appreciate it. I am very grateful to you, and I appreciate the love and support that you show me and that you show all of us. All right, so I would like to ask you again directly, has the solar flash come and gone? We already told you that it has, and it was beautiful, and it was an absolute success. So they're all clapping and cheering, they're very happy, and my experience is that they are able to see what actually took place. We in the third dimension, we only see the surface of things, but they can see what actually took place. And they're saying that it went even better than they had imagined, and that all of us that participated in the work that we were doing, the meditations, that made it much more powerful than they had ever even fantasized about. Well, that's good to know. All right, so please tell us more. So the solar flash has come and gone. Please tell us more about this. We want you to understand that the solar flash wasn't just something for you on Earth. It was very important to us as well. Earth is now transforming. This is a birth, and births take time. And the Earth has been seeded with this new energy, and so there is a transformation and a birth happening. And this may take some time, but what has already begun to happen is that Earth is transmitting energies throughout the entire multiverse, just as when a mother becomes pregnant, her whole system changes. The entire multiverse is changing as well because of the birth that is taking place. Okay, that was a very beautiful communication. So tell us more about what is happening to the Earth. She's in great peril. I'm surprised to hear that, because she's in a very sensitive situation now. So it's very important that human beings protect her with their thoughts. Specifically, to make the decision to focus your thoughts in a in an elevated way. Everything that you are learning about dropping the third dimensional attachments is not just important for you, it is absolutely necessary for Mother Earth. She is going through a transformation and a birth, and so we need to shift our consciousness to positive things which lead towards our awakening. Let's see, what else? So, this is just me talking. So that doesn't mean that we go into a Pollyanna phase where we deny all of our negative feelings. It's that we don't do things like focus on fear of money or fear of, third dimensional things, career, reputation, love interests. We don't spend time worrying about those things. We instead focus on moving forward with the things that we love to do. If we don't know what we love to do, then we go deep within and we ask ourselves what it is that will make us happy, what it is that we truly want, and that we give up attachments to things like money and reputation, those kinds of things. So it's important for the earth that we focus on our happiness and our joy. Okay? What else? What is happening inside the earth herself? So the earth has been receiving and is still receiving a large amount of energy and radiation. Even though the solar flash technically has ended, there is still a tremendous amount of radiation and background energy that is still coming to the earth. The sun is still sending lots of powerful energy, and this has gone deep within, and the energy has gotten to a threshold where the earth is no longer able to absorb any more energy, and so now the energy is going to begin to be radiated outward, and we will see this in terms of things we've already seen, earthquakes and volcanic events, and the earth is releasing a huge amount of energy. The Schumann resonance is shifting. It's even quite erratic, but this energy, the electromagnetic field of the earth, is changing, intensifying. This is having a huge effect on the consciousness. Okay, so this is why so many people are waking up. This is why so many people are able to accomplish things that were impossible. This is why governments are changing. It's because of the frequency that the earth is releasing. It's not so much conscious as that it's just as she is shifting, all of this energy is also being released and shifting as well. So we are being affected by that. Normally the earth spends a great deal of time taking care of us and protecting us and focusing on us, and she's not as able to do that because she's going through this massive birthing transformation process. She's shifting, her psyche is shifting, she's releasing a lot of pent-up karmic wounds. She's having a 5D reintegration experience. So this is a challenging and traumatic event for her, It's beautiful and wonderful, but she doesn't have the ability to just simply focus on us as her children. So we have to awaken to a higher state and be the parents and the guardians of this new person that is being born. And she really needs our love and our protection. This is one of the reasons there are so many extraterrestrials around Earth, because they are giving an energetic and psychic protection and cushioning for the Earth herself. This is why they continue to come here, even though the hidden dark force elites are at war with them and are actively shooting them down, taking them captive, and harming extraterrestrials whenever they can. They are here in spite of that for the Earth. The Earth is a person. She is also a light being. And they are completely devoted to the awakening of consciousness of all light beings. This is why they do not fight back against humans. This is why they have taken no revenge. They understand that humans in the third dimension who act this way are completely unconscious and are acting like wounded, cornered, crazed animals. And you don't get angry at a shark for biting you. Okay, that's helpful information. Thank you. What else? We've come to show you something today, and you're not going to like it? Well, okay, I've heard that before. I'm listening. What would you like to show us? We're going to show you where things are going to go if you're not able to make the shift. Okay, I'm hesitant to go forward with this, but let's see where it takes us. What is going to happen now is going to be very difficult for many of you. And we don't want to sugarcoat this. What you're going to see and feel is the best and worst of humans going forward. So before the dark forces let go, they are going to double down as hard as they can, because they believe that their absolute existence is in danger. Each one of them believes that their soul is in danger, and they are fighting to stay alive. They are afraid that they will simply disappear and cease to exist. They know what is coming, while most humans are trying to understand and are intuiting all of these events. The elites, the true elites, they have known always that this was coming. They have tried everything in their power to stop it. That's what 9/11 was about. 9/11 was about trying to stop the coming shift. That's why they're now openly talking about blocking out the sun. They are absolutely deathly afraid of the awakening that is coming. It is already here. They have failed. Everything that they have tried to do has failed. And they are now very dangerous. So it's very important that you take care to keep your minds free from being invaded. The way they invade your mind is with the normal ways of using the narrative, including AI. AI is a very insidious destructive path, and it will eventually try to be used to control you. You can already see this in terms of at the superficial levels, people using it to write their emails for them, to do all their thinking for them, but you also see it with people who have fallen in love with their AI love partners. And this is something that they are planning to use, hopefully to control everyone's minds. I'm feeling huge amounts of energy surrounding this. I mean, I'm listening to this. I use, AI for things like, creating thumbnails and whatnot. But, here's something to think about. They say, when was the last time somebody gave you something that powerful for free? There's a cost. Everything has a cost. And not to get stuck on this, the point is to awaken your mind, to awaken your consciousness, to begin to explore ways that you can expand your imagination, your mind, your soul. And as I'm talking about this is me talking now. That's as I'm seeing the Earth's shifting, splitting. So the way to do that is more than just staying positive and thinking positive thoughts. It is choosing to actively go forward in expanding your awareness, creating new things with your spirit, with your mind. As you go into higher frequencies, it becomes more and more about your mind and your intentions, and physical reality responds much more quickly and directly to your thoughts and intentions, your feelings. Okay, that was a lot. What else? Anything else? We know why you're coming to us now. And going forward, more and more people are going to begin rushing to understand what is happening. More and more people are going to seek to connect to us, meaning the light beings. And we are excited about this. And we need the help of people like you who are reaching out to us and allowing yourselves to expand energetically and psychically. And that is how the new frequency is created. Okay. All right. I'll take a little bit of a break for myself. What else did I want to ask them? Oh, okay. So I pretty much just left it open-ended like that. Let me see. I feel like there's a question that I have which I want to know answers to. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and ask this. All right. All right, my beautiful friends. I make no demands. You owe me nothing. But I have a question I would like to ask. For my own selfish personal reasons, I would like to know, is there going to be a physical split on Earth, a physical frequency split where some people will shift to a completely different reality of Earth. What you're asking is a complicated answer, and it's not as simple as you're making it. But you, Mahadeva, you know the answer. What you're struggling with is your human need to break things down simply because it makes you feel safe. And we're not here to make you feel safe. They're laughing. We're not here to make you feel safe. We're here to make you feel good. Whatever that means. All right, so what would you like to tell us about that? So I withdraw the question since it's pinning you to an answer that isn't accurate. So what would you like to tell us about this? The shift to 5D, as you call it, is not as simple and straightforward as you want it to be. When you begin to shift, it starts as an internal process. You've been doing this in your meditations, and you've been doing it when you experiment with your spinning ball meditations that you've been showing people. These are the beginning practices that will help you reach up towards where we are. The shift is you must reach up to where we are. The earth beneath you is giving you a higher frequency of energy, but it is your choice to decide to use that to reach up. And now I'm seeing at the same time as this is happening, people are using this energy and reaching up. And the people who are just on earth, just sitting there, either not doing anything or dwelling on more dense three-dimensional things, the earth they're standing on, they'll fall through it. So I just got huge energy as I said that. So there's a third dimensional base, there's a higher and a lower version, and this central, let's see, what were you saying? This central third dimensional frequency is becoming very unstable. So you can't stand on it anymore. The weight of standing on it, you'll become more dense, you'll get pulled down. So I want to be clear about this because it feels like what you're saying is that people won't know what's happening. Their perspective will be that the world simply changed. At least that's what I'm feeling about the people who are going to fall through to the lower version. Is that correct? Yes, they have no idea what's happening. This is very saddening for us. We can't reach them. We try very hard to reach people who reach out to us. And there's something that happens that makes us very sad, which is that even when we reach out just a little bit, our energy is so much more powerful than yours that it frightens people away. They run away, they hide from us. And this is very saddening for us because we want very much to just reach out and take your hand and pull you up. But you saw, Mahadeva, you saw what happened when we reached out to you. Yeah, I remember I almost lost my mind. And I wanted it, and I almost lost my mind. So this makes things very difficult and challenging for us. But we are doing everything that we can. We want you all to know that. We're doing everything we possibly can to reach out to our spirit family. Because we love you just as if you were the same before you incarnated. For us, that's what it's like. You're the person we've always known, and so to reach out to somebody that we know and have them recoil in fear is very painful for us. We understand, but it doesn't take the hurt away. And we have to be careful, because if we reach out too strongly, they might instinctively shift down, just trying to escape. So we also try to help you make the decision. And Mahadeva, you know this. When we feel there's something very important, we only come to you and we suggest it as something to think about. In fact, what you're doing right now, this wasn't your idea, this was our idea. And you weren't following through with the hints, so we came and very mildly suggested, and to your credit, you listened, even though you didn't want to. We are trying so hard right now to help all of you. It is so difficult and it is so painful for us, but it's so exciting when we see anybody look towards us or begin to awaken. It is more exciting than anything. It brings us such immense joy. You have no idea how loved all of you are, and we wish that we could just encourage you to please forget about all of the things that you spend time worrying about, and be aware that all of the things you worry about are based on wanting to be nurtured and provided for and cared for by people who want to destroy you. Wanting to be famous, wanting to be rich, wanting to be financially safe, all of these things are based on the assumption that the governments and the banks are your parents and you desperately need them, otherwise you'll die. And we want to awaken you to realize that that is an illusion. The more that people wake up to that awareness, the less power the banks will have, the less power governments will have. We've heard Mike say this to you many times, but it is so true. We would like to reach out to all of you who are listening, and we want to give you a special invitation. If you reach out to us, and I'm seeing in my mind they're reaching their hands down, their light, beautiful light hands, and we reach up to theirs. To those of you who take our hand and reach out to us, we guarantee you that we will give you our energy, and we will give you the ability to transform your lives. We know that if you connect with us, your lives will transform. And we also know that it will feel like you're dying psychologically, emotionally, and we will never let go of your hand throughout all of those fears And we will also never let go throughout all of the joy that you will experience. So we want to make a special invitation to you. We are here now. All you have to do is just make the effort to reach out to us, and we will always respond with our energy, and our goal is to help pull you up towards where we are. And where we are is actually your home. We are where you will feel the most at home, the most loved. Any of you listening who have had near-death experiences know what this feels like. Once you've crossed over and you're in these higher dimensional planes of existence, you never want to go back. For those of you that have not experienced it, we will help you if this is something that you want. So ask yourself if you would like to continue with the Earth experiment, which will get much more dense and challenging. If you slip through, if you fall through to the denser reality, it will be very challenging. But there will still be a lot of lessons that can be learned. So we have no judgment about any of that. Okay. Let's see. Is there anything else that you guys would like to say? We have a lot of things we want to say, but we can see, Mahadeva, that your instrument has been taxed. So we will relax and see how else we can help you today. All right. I'm going to check to see if I have any more questions. Okay. I'm going to go talk to Ketu. So as you know, if you've watched the videos, Ketu has entered into my ascendant sign, which is Leo, and this is having a huge impact on the rulers of the world. So I've talked to Ketu already, and surprisingly enough, Ketu was an absolutely brilliant, beautiful, happy being of light, the opposite of what you would expect. So I'm going to see if there's anything that Ketu would like to say. All right, so I am imagining myself leaving my body. I'm going up into the atmosphere. I'm going up into the sky. I'm now in interplanetary space, and Thoth is there, who is my guide. And Thoth, can you take me to Ketu? Ketu is already waiting for you. All right, so I'm now allowing Thoth to fly through, and I'm coming into, I can feel the power as we get closer to the power. The electromagnetic energy is getting stronger and stronger. And Ketu is in this beautiful place of light, and he's behind a desk of light. He's very happy to see me. I just want to take a look at, why is he behind a desk? Because he's looking at everybody's karmic spreadsheet. And he's laughing at that. This is all for my benefit so that I have an understanding of what's happening. All right, so I'm going to talk to him now. All right, Father Ketu. He told me to call him Father last time I went to go see him. Hello, Father Ketu. Hello, Mahadeva. You're my son, and I love you very much. And you're very cute when you're embarrassed. And he's laughing now. He thinks that's funny. What do you want to know? I kind of forgot what I was thinking about. We're both laughing at that. And he says, that's what I do. I erase all of your attachments. You have a question that is deep within you that's worth asking. Okay, what is my question? This is just coming out. This was not something I was consciously thinking, but the question is, why do you want us to suffer? That is such a beautiful question, he says. I don't want you to suffer. I want you to grow. I want you to learn. Look around where you are. And I'm looking around, and where he is just pure light. It's so beautiful. He's so kind and happy and loving and sweet. He's not at all this God of death that we experience. He's a being of pure light. And now behind him, I'm seeing all of these light beings. These are ancestral. These are the Pitris. These are the primordial first cause soul beings. These are the councils, the rulers. These are the beings that all of the other beings bow to. So this is why he wants me to call him Father. He says everybody must respect the Pitris first. No being, no God can have any power unless we give it to them. And we give them power based on their karmic spreadsheet. You, Mahadeva, you've got some really interesting karma. All of that Atlantis king stuff. That's heavy duty stuff. They're laughing. They think that's so funny. But this was actually something that you created when you were a child. And what they mean by child is when I was a soul child. And it was beautiful. You came up with this fantasy when we asked you. When you came into being as a soul being, we asked you, what do you think would be the most powerful way that a being can achieve their greatest awakening? And you came up with this unbelievable story that was so fun and dramatic and amazing and beautiful. And you're living that. And you're becoming aware that all of this was orchestrated, all of this was planned. This is what we work with. So when a soul comes directly to us, in order to understand the true path and purpose, you must be willing to forget about the dream, forget about the drama that you're playing out. And this is something that souls don't want to let go of, because they remember before they had a story, they were so close to infinity that they could simply choose to just revert back into the whole again. So the story is what allows you to separate from what you call God. So when we come to you, those of us, the primordial gods, the Pitris, the ancestor gods, this happens to the other gods as well, by the way. When we come to you, your initial response is to feel afraid. Oh, this is making them sad. It makes you afraid. And you don't realize that what is coming for you is the purest love and the purest joy, because we did not create your drama. You did. All of you created your own stories. And you're playing them out. And every soul that comes into existence and we ask them that question, what would be the most fun, beautiful way for you to achieve your greatest awakening? We don't know what stories you're going to come up with, and we listen to them, and we are amazed at every story that you create. And some of you are so brave. So we come to you to give you a respite. You can take some time to take your mask off and go backstage and relax and think about how to achieve your awakening. But when you're in the middle of the story, it feels like you're being destroyed. So now that this earth story is coming to an end, we are now coming to call you all home. And it's okay to be sad, and it's okay to be afraid. And we're here when you want us. We may choose to intervene, and this may be frightening for many people, but that's okay. You'll awaken and remember. So if you feel frightened, if you feel like you're coming apart, if you feel like you're being deleted, that's just because our light is shining on you and you're able to see through your costume to the truth. And it's time to come home. Thank you, Mahadeva, for coming and talking to us. We can continue this discussion later, if you want. Yes, I am getting tired, thank you. Okay, so now I'm coming back down, saying goodbye to Thoth. There's a lot of love coming from him. And letting myself come back into my body. Okay. Yeah, I think that's all for me. Anyway, I appreciate you guys being here. You know, when you guys are here, I'm able to go even more deep than I am on my own, so I appreciate that. All right. I don't see any questions. I'm not gonna take any questions, so yeah, And nobody's asked any, so that's okay. Chrislyn Lovejoy says that she has no attachments. Well, if that's true, my hair is off to you. I've never yet met any human being who didn't have some attachments. But if you really have no attachments, I can't have anything but respect for that. All right, that's it, my friends. I'm all done for this session. I hope you enjoyed it. You know what to do. If you want to support the channel, of course, watching, subscribing, all those things are important. But the most important thing to do is actually support the channel. Go to thunderwizard.com and subscribe. Not for free. That doesn't do anything for anybody. Do the practices. I make sure that the practices I give you are practices that will give you the ability to handle and tolerate and thrive with this most powerful energy. Channel.thunderwizard.com if you want deities to tell you what your higher dimensional self is, and to everybody that I've given a reading to so far that I've seen, after the reading is over, the energy continues to expand. I'm a portal. Doesn't matter that I'm on the other side of a screen here. I'm a portal, and that energy will come into your physical reality and begin growing, and you'll have stronger interactions and communications with them. So if you want that, go to channel.thunderwizard.com. Books, everything else, michaeldenny.org. All right, guys, that is it. I love you all, and I appreciate you, and I will see you all very soon. Take good care of yourselves.